name's Ralph and welcome back to the channel. It's my time, let's go. Today we're going to be working away on this bottom end and starting to get this thing together, and she's starting to take shape and I'm pretty happy about that. And I know Gus will be too. Shout out to all my friends out there that have been helping support the channel. Hippie's Chopper Corner down there and Slickhead's Custom Cycles. Gus, you know Gus on this old shovelhead as well, and his new channel, Wrenching for Wellness. You know, X-Blog that's out there, Edzilla. There's so many I can't mention them, but I'm going to try as I go along some days. I appreciate y'all out there sticking with me, and hopefully we'll find some more things that are interesting as we go. So, let's get at putting the cases on this. Now we've remembered, if you remember from our last video on the bottom end here, we've put this little ring in. And this is the little small ring that goes in between the Timken bearings. That can't be left out or else you'll crush your bearings out and you'll be in a world of hurt in a very short time. Get some engine lube down on this. And we'll grab the case and put that on. Okay. There we go. Engine lube these up. Slide it in the top, get the tool out. Tighten it down. All right, it's nice and free there. Here we go, and this is the fun part, isn't it? Hopefully it's at least not as much as I had to do the other day, but we'll get our other piece here that goes in here for our seal, and we'll get our seal and put that in as well. So as we're getting ready to put our oil seal in, this is the outer oil seal for it. There's always a discrepancy and guys wonder which way should they go in. From what I understand, when I get a belt drive system on, I always put them in that way with the face out. If it's a chain drive system, it should be this way. And the reason being is that this tapered seal inside is made to stop fluid from going one way. The proper way is to put it in with this open and you got chain drive on this side. This will stop anything from going in, and the seal is made that way and tapered that way to stop oils going in from your primary case. If we put it in this way, then oil from the primary case can be forced in through that seal. Although they're sort of like a double lip, so it's hard to say, but there's a reason that they put them in one way and not put them in the other way. So in this case, we're going to put them in this way. So now we're going to assemble the seal in there. Give it a little shot of oil. Put it through our seal spacer there to keep things lined up a little bit. sure we're get it in there straight. tool back on. Nice and straight in there. I like to do it this way when I can, especially when I have everything here to work with. And that way you're not beating or tapping or pounding on the case. And with the seal in the inside direction like that, it's easy to bend the end of the seal if you don't have it going in straight. So, but this way, she's in there nice and straight and flush, exactly where it's supposed to be. Just like that. All right. Today we're going to work on Gus's cylinders today, and I think that's about where we're at. We've got a lot of the other stuff done and we're putting all the other pieces together, so the biggest dirty work to do now is to clean the cylinders, hone them out to size, and get them ready for them beautiful Wiseco pistons. That's the plan today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We always like to have more people join with us. So today, stick with us while we try to get these cylinders ready. This is what we're starting with here. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're all rusted up inside. And they have to be cleaned out. We've got one done here, glass beaded off, and you can see how much better it looks now. So once we get it all ready and then we bore the cylinders and we get that finished, then we'll paint them once we're all ready. But for today, let's get on with some blasting. And there we go, nice and clean and ready to get bored out and put a coat of paint on them, and that'll be another thing done. So we'll be getting at that today, probably boring the cylinders and fitting them to those pistons and getting that ready. Now once I have that done and having them all washed out and cleaned out, then we can put a few coats of paint on them and let them set, and they'll be ready to assemble later on in the week. All right, we'll get at it. So now we're gonna get ready to bore some of the cylinder out. We've cleaned everything out and wiped it all out nice and clean. I've taken my micrometers and I've measured the piston across the flats here to get my nominal size. We're almost 329 on there. We're closer to 3.5, I think. So we've set up our dial bore gauge by measuring it here to see where we have to go. And we've set the dial bore gauge on 0. So once I hit 0 on here, and I've got about 6 thou to go. Once I hit 0 on here, then I know that I'm to size. I still have to go 3 thousandths over that to take it out to the proper size, but we'll do that with some finish hones, and then we'll take the ball hone in the end and put a good crosshatch pattern in it. So let's get started. We're all set up here, and these are new stones, so to make sure we got them right. A little bit to break them in. And we'll just check and see how much we're taking off there. Okay, we got lots to go. So we'll just keep checking as we go. There's no sense filming it all. It'll take us quite a bit of time to get it down to size. and we'll get them down to size originally, both of them, and then we'll go for the finished size. All right, so you get the idea. So we've just reversed our cylinder around because you can't go all one way. If you go all one way, it's a good chance you get a taper in it. While we're a long ways from size, we'll just reverse it. Take a few cuts and see where we stand there. So I know by measuring it, I'm 2 thou over on the far side. There, we're sounding nice and even now. First you can feel the draw on this end of it, but now it's smoothed out. This tells me we should be straightening it out. And we are, we're like 2 now. Which is where we want to be. So we'll go on and hone it to size. We'll get it out just about the size, and then we're going to let it cool, and we're going to do the other cylinder and get it ready. Then we'll go for the final sizing. So now we've got this one down to size. Well, I say size, I've got it down to the size of the piston. So I have 3 thousandths to go, and in order to do that, we'll use different stones. So what I'm going to do while I have my roughing stones in, I'm going to get my other cylinder out and proceed to put that in here. So now we're down to it. Just putting the final crosshatch pattern in it now. Pretty hard to see it in there. But it's in there. Now we just have to do the other one and we'll be good to go. I don't think you can see it in there. We'll try. Now they're done. Tomorrow I think I'll wash them, because when I wash them and do them, I got to do it all in one day. I got to wash them and clean them off, and I got to paint them as well, or else these things will rust very quickly. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. I don't have time today, but I'll work on it tomorrow. All right. Today we're going to get our jugs ready to paint, and I've got to varsol them out and get them very clean. Now this is a very important step because we don't want any kind of honing material or anything left inside the cylinders. Just washing them out with varsol, that's not going to clean them. I'm going to wash them out, I'm going to put them in the sink, then I'm going to blow them all out as well, and then we'll put a light rag through them with some oil until we have absolutely nothing there. All right, and by the way, got this t-shirt from Gus, This Old Chopper. Thank you, Gus. Be sure to check out Gus's channel at This Old Chopper. He's got some great stuff and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Okay, here we go. So we've got one all washed out with soap and water and blowing out into the in the sink. And once you clean these out, put a light shot of oil down in it. take a clean rag and go through it. Wipe it all out. Get a nice white rag. And we should be able to run that through there without any discoloration on the rag. Just nice and clean. Our rag doesn't have anything on it. And before you leave it now, then put a coating of oil inside the cylinder. Otherwise, the cylinder will rust up like super fast. You even leave a spot in there with nothing. There we go. So that one is good to go. Making sure to get them clean is the imperative part. Putting oil in here, that will help any of the grit grab. Now, once again, we take our white rag, we can run that through. Nothing in there except a nice crosshatch pattern. So as soon as we get this done, next thing I have to do is take it over and here or over there and start masking it off so that we can paint it. Okay, I don't want to touch the cylinders with my oily hands. So now that we've got them all cleaned up, I'm going to start masking them up. I just have to go along and do the other one and make it the same, and we'll be ready to paint. Oh, I got a little spot there, a little teeny tiny. So I'll just continue to do the other one and I won't bore you with that, and then we'll get them over there on my little roundabout and get them ready to get a nice coat of gloss black paint on them. High heat barrel paint. So now we've got some VHT barrel paint, and this stuff puts a nice gloss finish on it. I've used it before. So that's the plan. First thing, we shoot it from underneath and try to get all the hard spots. Get a coat on those first. And then try to flip it over and get out the other spots. That'll do her. Now we'll let her dry for like 10 minutes and we'll just keep putting the coats to it until my can is empty and there's nothing left. All right. Today we're working on Gus's bottom end, and we ran into a bit of a problem when we started on it the other day. Once I put the case half on it and I started to use my my tool to torque down the bearing onto it, I found that the case wouldn't move around very much. It was more snug than I thought it should be. So I took the tool that I had and I cranked it down tight. Now remember, these bearings will be torqued on, so they're going to be very tight. When I cranked it down tight, I could move the case, but it was hard moving it. I know from past experience that case should move nice and easy. So I know there was a problem with the spacer that's in between. And this is the small spacer that goes between the bearings that I was talking about. So I've made up this tool, and it's an old sprocket shaft, and I can put the bearing on it. I can put this in. I've put new bearings into the case, and I'm going to slide this through. See if I can get it around here. I'll slide this through. I'll put the outer bearing on. A couple spacers. Now what this should do is I should be able to tighten this up. Okay. And I can tighten this tight. And I should be able to turn this lightly, which I can. Now that this is through the cases and I've got it semi-tightened up, you can see that I can spin it around here and I don't have any problems at all. And that's fairly tight. When I tried that before with the other one, it was fairly loose. So I had to take the races and everything out as they come as a match set. And I couldn't get these shims for in between. You can't seem to get them anymore. So I had nothing else to do but put a new set of bearings in it. And now this one turns nice and easy, so I'm pleased with that. So we shouldn't have a problem when we install it onto our engine. And there we go. We've got this ready to go together. We've pressed our inner bearing on. Now we're going to take our little shim and put it inside. Make sure to lube it up, lots of engine lube there. And there we go. And now we're nice and free this time. And that's where I want it to be. Before, it was stiff there. And when I cranked it down tight, it was even stiffer. You had a hard time moving it. Now we're running nice and free there. And that's what we're looking for. No interference. And it's tight. So I'm feeling better about that this time. It's a little extra work, and it rarely happens, but when it does, it can destroy those bearings really quickly. A little extra lube in there. Give it a chance when she starts out. And there we go. Seal's in there nice and square and nice and even. All right, so that part's done. Now we'll work on the other case. And as you can see, this is nice free movement there. And before, that would hardly move. So there was something wrong with the inner spacer. Like I say, it doesn't happen very often, very rare, but it wasn't worth taking a chance on it and squishing those bearings out tight. Because if you squished them out tight, they would tear themselves up in there and quickly destroy those bearings, and you'd have a big mess. So sometimes it's a little more work, but it's a lot better on the head after you know that you've got it in there right and proper. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the other half. So now we're going to put our pinion bearings in, and we've measured them out before to make sure that we have the right size for what we need. And what we're going to use today is 4 10/1000ths of an inch. So that's what we need oversized, since we line lapped it and took all our measurements. So we've got a little bag of them here, 4 10/1000ths of an inch, 2 washers, and 2 cages. So we'll open these up. A little bit of lube here. So with these older shovels, first thing you do is take the washer and you put the washer inside. And then we'll put some bearings in the cage. And this washer goes on the outside. I'm just going to hold it on there. Helps holding the bearings in place. So washer, bearing cage, washer. And then we've got the clip to go on. So now we'll just go ahead and get the other half ready. We're going to fix the oil pump on it before we slide it on here. Just makes it a little bit easier, but nice. All right, that takes care of that. So Gus is here today working on his bike, so we're just going to concentrate on what he's got to get done today. We're going to try to get that oil tank in, and he's working on the lever assembly right now, and all the little small things that people don't think about that all got to be straightened out before you can make the whole package work together. So we're just going to put her away and shoot the video. And
isn't that kind of crazy the way this transmission shifts? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 levers that come from the pedal.
Now you know why they only run it for 4 years. 3 or 4 years, that was it. They junked that.
So he didn't need a whole lot of schooling to be an engineer at Harley Davidson.
Right now, I guess it was AMF then.
Yeah, sure it was. Well, that was a bad, yeah. AMF, oh my God. Oh, I like being down here. It's good fun. It's absolutely good fun. I love it. And gee whiz, we're gonna have some surprises next week, maybe. Oh, you wait.
We just get a shot of the linkage there that he's
look,
taking with here.
There's a linkage. There's a linkage. There's a linkage. And here's a linkage. And this goes to the pedal. So that goes on like that. So that, all that, to change the transmission, change the gear on the transmission. You think this lever could go right to that?
Yeah. Like, but you know, if you go right straight to this,
yeah,
it shifts hard as a hobs of hell.
Is that right?
You can't.
Ain't that funny?
Just without that leverage.
Right.
Like, because a lot of guys would run a rod straight up.
Sure.
You'd think, why not?
That's
why
what
not?
I say.
The old ratchet lids, I mean, that's what you hooked on, you know?
Yeah.
No way, they just won't work.
And we're gonna have something really cool here. It's gonna be a lever start. You probably haven't seen that before, but Ralph's gonna put this all together, and it's a lever to get the starter going. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little addition.
Cool.
Yep.
You just keep picking away.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna try and draw something up here to give me an idea where I'm going with the oil tank. We're going to try to make a bracket that'll go down across here and go up and loop over the frame. It's kind of hard to explain right now with just saying what it is, but...
The magician is at work.
I don't know about that, but it always takes some head scratching before you get it right the second time, right?
Yeah. We should do a video about head scratching.
Yeah. Just hang on to that so I can touch it.
Sure, absolutely, definitely. Make the bracket have some holes. Yep. Okay, we're there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should we put this on fast?
That's the best. You may have to get the other drill out. Yeah, I think gonna cut it. It's pretty hard stuff. On my list of things to get, Gus, is one of those, a new Milwaukee drill.
I knew he was gonna say Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I knew it. I love the looks. I love the way the Milwaukee works. But holy crow, man!
Well, I mean, just being able to get stuff apart yesterday, trying to take your rocker boxes apart, because I wanted to shim the rocker arms to where they should be.
Yeah.
And that one big bolt on the outside is quite often seized into the shaft.
Yeah.
Like that, and I had to take them out and clamp them in the vise, but then I go over and take my new Milwaukee big impact driver.
Oh wow!
Popped right off.
Nice.
I tried doing it by hand. I couldn't get it.
Wow. We're doctoring.
Make it fit.
We're going to be doing some audio editing. That's a nice drill. That's a nice drill.
I bought those just as a trying to
Not bad at all. Not bad.
trying to get something that would work, right?
This is going to be really loud. I think that ended your drill.
Probably.
Did her.
Got to sharpen her up a little.
You did her.
It's one thing I did learn.
Yeah.
Is sharpening fucking drills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good thing to know.
Oh.
Good thing to know.
I'll just help hold it for you, Gus. You move it around where you want it there. I'm just gonna try, just kind of hold it.
For this part.
Yeah, we get that one in.
That's the size that's gonna go.
So we're just drawing something up here, just a simple little bracket for Gus's, and we're hoping to be able to do this and take it, just a rough start, somewhere to start from, and bend it and make it work. Let's just try to put it up a little bit. Perhaps we can get the bend started.
Okay. You got that tight?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of pounding it by hand. Pound that around.
It's hard,
That
eh?
looks good.
Get it started and then we'll move it a little more. We just need to get it around the curve.
Right, yeah.
A little more.
I think they just can't hold it.
Just edge it fair enough.
If you held that like that and you just give it some pounds, would it not come around? Yeah. Now we can probably crush it with the.
Now we can.
Is this the same diameter as the pipe out there?
Pretty close.
Okay.
I think it's pretty damn close. So I'm just opening these holes up a little bit because we're going to put 5/16 nuts in here. We don't want anything binding up. Now we're ready to tack weld the nuts on the back here and hopefully make Gus's life a whole lot easier when it comes time to install or take this off. It has to be removable. We can't just weld it on the oil tank or we won't get the oil tank in and out. So we had to make a bracket that'll enable us to take this bracket off and on once the oil tank is in there. So we're just going to tack weld these nuts on there and hopefully that'll make things a whole lot easier. So the story goes, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I love my little MIG welder.
Yeah, that's nice,
It
man.
does anything. You know,
One of these days
and
for
it's a
me-
110 one, which is nice.
Oh,
you know.
a Miller Mavic 130. Cool.
Yeah. So it's 110 volts, so you can take it, and I just got the little model now. I think that's the biggest thing that blows me away all the time is when I look and see how many countries they're watching.
Hey, really?
I'm over 100,000 views now.
Is that right?
And they're, you know, when you're looking and, like I always say, you know, what's somebody in Malaysia watching me for? Or what's somebody here watching me for?
Right, right. Do you want to run that ratchet?
Okay.
I got the nut.
You got the tank here?
I do have the tank, yeah. I got the wrench on the nut.
And to me, that's the real fun part of it, is meeting people and talking to people. Just a second. We'll get her fitting. As long as you make a board or
I
something.
think a piece of wood and some rubber.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
both sides to
Yeah.
keep your battery
100%.
tightened up there.
100%.
So,
The shovel head, you're supposed to have wood in it somewheres. 420 nut with a 5/16 freaking lock wire. Murphy.
how did that happen?
Yeah.
A little bit of an angle. It is too, isn't it? There you go.
Metal scraping. Jeez, I don't think we need anything there, do you think?
Well, you know,
Oh yeah, we'll go up, yeah.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
Take nothing to drill it. We'll drill a hole down through there and just tap it
Yeah.
and put a small 1/4 inch in there, just enough to keep it from moving up and down, and then you're locked in.
Yeah. No, it's only 2.
You're not holding me up, Gus, because
Okay.
this is all I planned to do was to work with.
Well, hello, Mr. Norman. Did you go for a walk? Huh?
Did you go for a walk, Norman?
Where you going?
Did you, buddy? You did. You did.
Most of the trees, don't you?
Is this going?
No, my day was just planning to spend the day with you, Gus.
Okay,
Working these kinks out, so.
Yeah. Just about to say, I think you need a sharpening.
Well, just force if it don't fit, force it.
Yeah. Jam it through.
The hole in the top of the bracket should be.
Clearanced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time it's out, I just want to make sure we're going in.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, funny how those things. Well, you know, Gus, I always say that's why we live through the best of times.
Yeah, we do.
You know, that stuff didn't happen anymore.
Well,
Again, it was a social thing, you know.
The 70s with the hot rods and the freaking good rock and roll and the freaking little bit of hooch and all that stuff. We lived it. And there's a thing. I'm so happy that I was on this planet at the proper time when Kiss was a band.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because think about 100 years from now, or 80 years from now, they're not even going to be talked about.
No.
You know, it'll be over.
That's right.
You know, but anyways, I like watching them guys.
That's what I thought before.
It's just the end of the vice grip. Oh, yeah. It's a little springy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are doing it. I mean, put anything in there, you know, put a hex head on there or whatever.
Yeah, it's not going to interfere with anything. That's the only thing that would drill that out.
We could probably lift that up and give it clearance right now.
Yeah. Nothing good comes easy, Gus.
Oh, there we go.
That's something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. A bit of a bugger. There you go, she's out.
Oh yeah, we can hold that up, Gus.
Will it move? Oh yeah.
No problem at all.
Nope. Chuck it up.
I'm gonna go get my Milwaukee drill.
When did you get a Milwaukee
No,
drill?
I don't. I'm gonna have
He's
one.
got 3 pieces of Milwaukee gear ahead of me. What the hell?
Now you want the drill.
That's all you needed. This is good. This is very good.
Yeah, like I say, you know, that's the hard part of building the whole bike, where guys don't realize that almost everything you're dealing with is like this.
Yeah.
You know, every piece that you have to custom make, and then let alone not to mention stuff that don't fit, that's supposed to fit.
Right.
That's my pet peeve is getting stuff like those cam covers. You know, I spent the time, I waited, and you know what I mean. You spent the money on it.
Yeah.
Put it in, don't work.
It sucks.
Right? And you get a lot of stuff like that. You just put that in there and you can do whatever you
It's fine.
want with it. But that'll keep the
Oh yeah, that ain't going nowhere. No, that's perfect. Perfect. We're out.
that'll keep it from back. Yeah, that's
perfect.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
So we're just going to stick the primary on there now, put the starter in there, so we can see if we can find a place to put the solenoid for the outside starting mechanism that's going to go on the primary case. So it just takes a little bit of dicking around here, but we're going to see what we can do. So
more towards your side and right at the back. Well, look at that hose that we got to get on the tank too. So we might have to come a little bit to the middle.
yeah, the hose is here, right?
So a little bit middle. Yeah.
Either way, we have the clearance for it.
Yeah.
So we need to drill, figure out where to, almost need to take the tank off.
Yeah.
Drill the holes from the back side underneath.
Yeah.
And
then
we put some of those countersunk bolts is what we need really for it.
Yeah.
You know, countersink it a little bit, and then the bolts could go down, and then put your rubber on.
So I can take this off, can I not?
Yeah, pull right out, buddy.
There you go. Inner primary coming off. On the floor.
Take it on, take it off. Take it on, take it off.
I know.
And I think you know that's
Part of the deal.
yeah, but I think that's what happens to a lot of guys. You know, they get it to a certain point and go, that's close enough. You know what I mean?
Enough?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so give me that 7/16 and I'll take this.
Right there, right there.
No, the wrench.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, this is
It's almost changed
This is
like
good.
changing tires on NASCAR. We're getting pretty quick.
we're getting there, yeah, into it. But that's like I started to say. I think that's where a lot of people, a lot of things just don't get finished right because they're dicking with it, and then they get to a point and go, oh, that's close enough.
Yep.
When it'll turn out to be a nightmare the next time you have to take it on or off or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Oh, so we got to do that inside thing now.
What I want to see is if
Can we even get it out?
can we get it out like that.
Maybe. Damn close.
I'm not gonna let you though.
Is it not?
No.
Won't go anywhere? Ah, well.
You never know when you gotta take things on and off, right? That's why I always try to spend as much time as I can with that stuff because I always think I'll probably be the guy that's gonna take that apart. You know, to fix something.
No doubt.
You know?
No doubt.
Yeah. Boy,
It's too loose for a wrench.
those little wrenches are, I love
They're
them.
nice.
Oh,
And they're small. They're not, because sometimes they're big and bulky, right?
yes, I know what you mean. Over here, buddy.
Perfect. Look how old it is.
Well, yeah, but the front of it's what you see, not the back.
We got enough to do another?
Yeah, should we drop something down in that? There's some little wrench. I was walking around and looking, saying, "Now where are we gonna hide that? Put it, you know, out of the way."
Yeah.
Yeah,
But accessible.
yeah, but accessible too, right? Here she is, hiding her in the bottom. We got lots of room for the oil line. That little nut spacer
Yeah.
falling out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at that. She's gonna go in there, just like this can be.
A little more. Yeah.
Okay.
Just got my finger on the back of the bowl here. Come my way a little tiny bit. There we go. We're on. Now I'm gonna put the
Okay.
washer and the nylock on. Okay, you want to run that 7/16 with the extension?
Okay. Do we want to
Yeah, probably. Yep.
fit that in while we can
Definitely.
wiggle it around?
Definitely. That.
Hey, Slick! Look!
Yeah. Dirt.
That one's not tight,
Here,
yes.
do that 7/16 and I'll hold the nut.
Ironically enough, I had somebody else ask me about this oil tank in here.
Oh, did
Wanted
they?
to know if they could put that on their shovel head.
Oh,
I said no.
because they got something
A
different.
couple different reasons.
Yeah. Here you go, Mr. Man.
For one thing, this is a drop seat frame, like this.
Oh, okay.
Most of them are straight.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Right. Do we have any idea what frame this is?
No.
Look, more tape.
You'll still be picking tape off when you take it for a drive. Well, there we go. And that's as solid as can be.
Yeah.
Just as solid as can be. So we've just put a bracket on in the back of the tank that we put down in here with 2 bolts through the backside and welded nuts on them, and then a screw in top just to keep it in place. She ain't never going nowhere. And I know it's hard to see, but we've got our solenoid mounted in underneath here now. And we've got room there with the starter goes here, and it appears we have the room that we need there. So that takes care of hiding that solenoid for the new start assembly, which we'll get to. Is very cool. There we go, another hard day at the office. Big shout out to Hippies down at Hippies Chopper Corner, home of the sketchy choppers, and the Slickheads Custom Cycles.
Thanks, guys, for the emails, and your old t-shirts are getting in the mail here shortly.
And I sent you down a little package, boys. I hope it makes it through. So we'll see. It'll at least let me know whether I can send any of that to the States. So it's not porn, so you can relax there, Slick.
Slick likes his born.
So now we got a bunch of things figured out today, Gus. It's been a good productive day
Yeah,
getting those
was
sort of
whatever.
things. They were really the last bit of things I think to hold up.
I think they were questions.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about that?
Until you get to it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't figure out how to do it. And took a little fooling around, but we got something figured out there that's very solid, and
Yeah. It's all solved.
Another piece of the puzzle that you won't have to worry about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a good day.
Yeah. The next time you see me down here, they'll be making noise.
Hopefully, yeah. We're very, very close to getting the motor running.
Yeah.
So it won't be long for there. We've got the rest of those problems figured out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be looking forward to getting it running on the
Very
on
good.
the stand. That'll be good to hear it running.
I can't
It's always
wait.
nice to hear something running on the stand, but when
can't
it's your
wait.
own,
Yeah, I can't wait. It's
Yeah.
gonna be- I've seen it go from a million pieces to something that's together and painted and looking pretty, and now it's gonna make noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Make some noise.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out for the day. So if you enjoyed this video today, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do those kind of things. Be sure to support all the other channels I've mentioned today, as everyone is out there working hard to bring you YouTube content and to show you what they're up to. So show your love by clicking on their channel, subscribing, check them out, and tune in next week for our next installment of It's My Time. Let's go.